Greetings, it is I, Susie Q, with another kind of a automatic writing blueprint. I'm kind of looking at it every time I'm like working with some new energies or some new processes or new understanding of the conscious light, just acknowledging some of these practices that we're working with right now. So this is going to be a beautiful band of energies. It's 3 points, 3 points of light. And so we're going to start at the beginning right now with the first conscious light, which is the experience when a person is having an event that's already happened or that's coming up. And sometimes people get triggered, they get kind of triggered and not knowing exactly what's best. But that event could be from the past life, a future life, concurrent running timelines, as above, so below, and everything else. It could be any of those type of impressions or thoughts or memories or maybe precognitive stuff that may be showing up for you. And so sometimes these things start showing up and it's like, what do I do with that? Something from the past, what will I do? And what do I need to do? Is there anything else I need to know? Sometimes we need to know a little bit more. The second piece of conscious light is that ability to go into a state of reflection. And that state of reflection is this beautiful space where you're able to kind of soothe out a few things, soothe out or soothe in a deeper understanding of maybe what that event was about. Maybe there was some reconciliation with that reflection piece. Maybe it was something that you still don't know the answers, like what was that about, or what's happening to me, and all of these different things. We start really kind of going more in a deeper state of consciousness, that conscious light energy, and just allow that energy to move through you so that you may get some resolve or a better experience with the event or the from a past life or future life or present life. We might start like looking at it a little bit differently. And sometimes it's this beautiful, the reflection is really just another experience to have a review, or sometimes I call it an echo. It's already happened, or if it's present life, then we can maybe look at that a little bit more deeper. And you can also go with precognition going into the future. So, in everything, when I'm working with these energies, whether it is the conscious light of an event, the conscious light of reflection, is I'm always in a state of neutrality. Sometimes I get a little bit triggered, then I have to slow down a minute and go, whoa, let's just kind of relax into a better and more calm and more peaceful state of being. So that would be part of that reconciliation from an event moving into reflection. Sometimes you can get more guidance with reflection. You might start looking at things differently. Maybe thinking that something has happened, but then it's like I don't really feel anything about it anymore. I don't feel triggered anymore, but for whatever reason it came back again to you. It came back again to you, and that neutrality is going to be a really powerful state of being for you with that neutrality. And the third is the conscious light, which is what we call the automatic writing. Automatic writing is really kind of in my world of Akashic records. I always see that a lot of the events and then the reflection and the contemplation and all these other emotional things that may show up. But I would acknowledge that the automatic writing for myself as an Akashic reader is that I work after the cause, after some reflection, and then we go boom right straight into automatic writing. Because sometimes when we're looking at some of the things that have occurred in our lives, and there's been so many different experiences that we've had here since we were born, little babies. But yeah, so I think the automatic writing is a great place to be for myself, being in that third position, moving with that idea of a cause effect or some event happen, and then moving into reflection. For myself, when I'm going through experiences, I find that my automatic writing happens at the very end. So the automatic writing is at the very end of these three processes, with the event, experience, anything that happened, and also going into reflection and then automatic writing. And so I really honor myself for being an automatic writer. I've been doing this for it'll be 15 years here in just a couple days. 15 years of automatic writing. But I found when I'm having like some struggles or some things I'm wanting to aspire to do, or what do I want to create, or what is manifesting working with me, or there's just so many ways of looking at life. But I get so much guidance from the automatic writing after an event happened, because sometimes we're thinking we're going through reflection, we're in process, but there's different levels of energy or conscious light that's working for you to get more information, and that's where I get it from the automatic writing. So I have an example here. The example is for myself for an automatic writing piece is it was like a number of years ago, and a friend of mine had died, and it was her a birthday after she died, and I kept thinking I wish I could talk to her. I wish I could say happy birthday, and then all of a sudden there's more to the story, but to keep it brief, is that I went on, I was a real estate broker and busy, driving around everywhere. And then decided to go to my iPhone. It was an iPhone 5. And most of it wasn't really working necessarily. But what was interesting, so I was thinking about my friend, and then I pulled over, and I guess I was parking someplace or something, and I went to my iPhone, and then I opened up the emails because I was constantly, engaging with different people with business and things of that nature. And then all of a sudden, when I looked at the phone, when I opened it up, it went straight to one of her emails, and it had been about a year before her death. And because I was like, I just missing her. I knew that it was the right time for her to go. It was the right place, the right time, right experience. And I know that conscious light was coming through. And so I just acknowledged this beautiful energy. And on that email, the subject on the email was Amazing Grace. And I do remember seeing that like a year ago. It was like amazing. And then I found that I went down and kind of scrolled, and she kind of gave me a beautiful message about Amazing Grace. And then she had a YouTube channel, I think, with a different variation of Amazing Grace. And I mean, that's exactly what had happened for me. But it took me a while to process that. Sometimes, processing grief from a friend that you love is a process. It's a stage after stage after stage. But after that year, after she passed, that was that message that I got. So the cause was my friend passed away, and then I was so sad. I mean, she was one of my best girlfriends. She was such a sweetheart. And then now with the automatic writing and kind of reconciling, because even when I saw that on my phone, I wasn't able to process it yet. And eventually I was able to process it. So sometimes it takes a little time for people to get that information from an event, and then also reflecting on some of the thoughts and impressions, and then moving into what I call the automatic writing. A lot of the automatic writing is also influenced by the Akashic records. And all of these energies are always conspiring to assist me to have a greater sense of guidance for some of these events in our lives, and some of the sadness and grief, or maybe some of the elation, that's coming through. But that was a really neat experience, and I have some automatic writing about her. I don't have it with me right now, but sometimes it takes a little time to process something. So sometimes we're like, well, I can just do this one, two, three. Um, but then what it is it's everything is showing up, and it's opening up more centers of conscious light within your body, within your spirit, within your soul, within the people that you're around. That conscious light is always with you. So I think that's it for now. I just wanted to share this because I just was thinking about her even just the other day. My daughter was, I had a wedding in my house back in the Texas Hill Country, and my friend was the one that put everything together. She did all of the cooking and did all of the arrangements, and so we just continually love on our beautiful spirit friends that are always with us, and we're so thankful for having an experience in this earthly school. So I think that's it for now. Maybe a little bit of overview is looking at some of the experiences in your life, cause effect, moving through reflection, and then going through that experience of working with what automatic writing, working with the automatic writing. It could be doodling, it could be, you could even be doing it through painting, it could be doing it through dance, and through, being a lyricist. You're singing these beautiful songs and you're writing the songs. It's just so amazing. There's so many different ways that we can heal one another. So anyway, so that's all I have for today. Have a great day, and namaste.